Okay, we are live. So it says, let me see what I can do here. Oh, very quickly. Hello and welcome. I'm just getting set up. Just trying to check my positioning and stuff, guys. We'll be starting a new illustration today. Let me see here. I haven't really even thought about what colors I want to use or anything like that. But I think we'll start with this crate. But the first thing I'm going to have to do is swatch some colors. I've got to start keeping track of colors that I swatch and come up with blending combinations. I haven't been keeping track of anything like that. And that might not make it too easy on me when I try to, let's see here. Now, a lot of these numbers are already wearing off of these pencils. But I kind of want like that right there. So let me take this right here. What is this? This is a number 177, just so I don't get confused. I want to write 177 right on top of that. And that's called reddish brown. And then I've got a couple of trays here that when I start picking out what pencils I want to use, I just put them in my little palette tray. Of course, those are trays that came with the pencils. I'm sure you guys recognized those trays. Now let's see. Now this is the hard part for me, guys, is picking out colors, and because I'm just going to look through here. What is this? Cinnamon. Let's see what this cinnamon looks like with this right here. Probably not exactly what I'm looking for. That's a 184. What is this color? We're just going to experiment with some colors here, guys, for a minute. Here's ochre. So we can put ochre right here. I do kind of like ochre. What is that? 183. So let's write down 183. So I had a bunch of the browns and stuff worked out right here. But then, like I said, I didn't write none of that stuff down. I can kind of use those too. Let's see what else I can find. That would be in the brown. What is this right here? I don't need anything else really dark. Here's an orange sienna. Let's see what it looks like up here. That's actually going to be pretty good. So this is number what? 197. 197. And these are, of course, the Color color pencils. Now, I'm only looking for browns right now, guys. So that's going to be for the wood crate. Now, let me see if I can find like a really dark brown. Like here's a coffee. Here's another really dark. There's coffee. There is a burnt umber. There is this is dark sepia or something. I can't even tell what that is. Let's see what this is. I'm not really wanting that. Not really wanting that. So we can rule that one out. What is this color right here? Lamp brown. What color is lamp brown? Let's see what lamp brown is. Oh, that's kind of a gray color too. Not really what I'm looking for. Let me see. Well, I don't have a lot of options left now. Burnt umber. Let's see what burnt umber is going to give us. I might can work with burnt umber. So that would be number, what is that? 186. 186. So let's write down 186. Yeah. And then let's look at one more dark color, and this is coffee. This is coffee. And I think we can use that with that, like that. So that's number 182. Now, let me do this right quick, guys. Let's check something. I need to reposition some of my stuff. I'm getting so far away from where my laptop's at. It's harder for me to keep up with chat. But I kind of need to be where I'm at for the lighting. Oh, well, let's see here. Now, let me just see if I can get these in an order of from light to dark. Just so I know. Okay, this is 182. That's 182. This is 186. Is it lighter or darker? Looks like it's a little bit darker, isn't it? 186. Okay, 186. So we know it's a little bit darker, so we'll put it up on the top side. All right, now let's see what this one is. And I'm just looking at the color of the barrels, guys. Just trying to go by the color of the barrel. This looks like it has more, well, I would say more red in it. Well, it's a reddish brown, that's why. No wonder. It's 177. And then again, more towards the red side. It's a very nice color though. Ochre. Ochre, number 183. And then we have orange sienna, just as a highlight color. And that is 197. Now I can go back later on and I can make me a swatch card for browns, and I'll have 5 different colors here that we can use in combinations for browns, for wood grain, stuff like that. I got to start making charts like that so I can keep track of things that I have figured out colors for. Let me pull this down a little bit, guys. Just a little bit closer. And then when I get ready to start working, I'll zoom in and just move things out of the way. Basically just going to be working on this crate right here today, guys. Just adjusting the screen on my laptop there just a little bit, guys. Just trying to make it easier for me to see chat. Because I have a glare coming from my light source. Let's brush my table off a little bit there, guys. Now, I bought me a new pencil sharpener. Let me show it to you. And we'll sharpen some pencils, but we're going to, let me see, I'll probably have to raise this. I may have to raise this camera back up, but I bought the custom. It's a Carl Custom CC 2000 manual. Let me raise the camera back up a little bit, guys. It's always a little tough to do. That mount doesn't move very easily. But anyway, pretty typical manual hand crank type of sharpener. It also mounts to the table side, which I did not think I would like that feature, but I think I am going to be able to make it work. And it did come with the table mount. And it's got a little hole on the front and back here. I don't know. Let's see if we can tip it up here where you can see it. It's got that little hole right there, and it just slips in there, and then this just fits on the table like that. And you just use your little butterfly nut and tighten that up. So that works pretty good, but let's do some pencil sharpening, because all these pencils that I have need sharpened. But on the back of this thing, we can see that we have, I'm trying to hold it down here where you can see, guys. We've got 5 settings here on the back for the point. It looks like number 1 is the sharpest, and number 5 is the dullest. I have it locked in at number 3 right now. I only sharpened 1 pencil. Let me show you. Well, let me see where it went. I'll show you what it looked like sharpened at number 5, or number 3 rather, not number 5, sharpened at number 3. I'm trying to see where I put that pencil. There it is. Now, this is the tip we get with this sharpener set to number 3. Let's look at this tip. Let's see if I can pull it up here where you guys can see it better. I'm experimenting here, guys. That's a pretty long tip on there compared to, well, these are the kind of tips I've been working with my Prismacolor sharpener. I think you can see the difference between what this pencil sharpener gives me, and it's a 2-hole 2-position sharpener, but it's not a 2-step. It's just a 2-position. This one for the shorter tip, this one for the longer tip. It's not step 1, step 2. It's either or. Okay. Kind of the same thing you get with the settings on the other sharpener. Anyway, but as you can see, even the housing for the crumbs for the Carl manual hand crank one, this whole sharpener will fit down inside there. So a much bigger reservoir, which is nice. And it's a much finer shavings. So let's take this sharpener and let's turn it down to the number 1 position. So we'll just turn this here on the back. We're just going to turn this part right here on the back. We're going to turn it down to number 1. Number 1. I'm not going to lock it in because we're not going to leave it there. We're just going to use that for a test. Let me put this green pencil back. My hands are hurting. And let's sharpen this pencil. Now let's see how this thing works. There might be some people that are not familiar with the hand crank, the manual hand crank sharpeners of today, but you release it by pulling the button. You just squeeze it and you pull the thing out, and it locks in the out position. And then you just put your pencil in there. You have to squeeze that, put your pencil in there, put it all the way in to where it stops, and then just let go. Sherry, hi. I'm just testing out my new pencil sharpener. And then we'll just crank it, guys. It'll stop when it's done. I think. Well, that's on setting number 1. I don't know if I like that too much because it didn't stop sharpening. But a nice tip. And now we're going to try, we'll try setting number 5. And see the comparison. Now this says it's a yeah, I actually considered ordering the black one. Most stuff I do order in black, but I got to thinking, well, this is all about color and coloring, so I'll go with the red. Okay, so this is the black one. This is number 5. And this is number 1. So we can see the difference in the tip there, maybe. The sharper tip is number 1. This one is number 5. But they're fairly similar. Let's do a number 3. I showed you a number 3, but we'll do another number 3. And then I'm going to lock this in the number 3 position because it does have a lock on it too, guys. It's got this inner ring right here, so you can just turn it, lock it. Well, now I can't get that thing to turn. There it is. I had a hard time. Oh, that's how you take it apart. I see. So it's not a lock. I actually thought that was a lock so you could change your sharpening thing, but it's not. So that's okay. That's how the whole mechanism comes out. Okay, good deal. So let's do a number 3 sharpening. Well, that didn't stop sharpening. Maybe it just didn't sharpen enough. Interesting. Let me try this again. Now, the first time I used this thing, it did stop sharpening when it was sharpened. Now, that time it did not stop either time I did it. So anyway, number 3 is about the position I'll be using. Let's test it here just on the swatch, and let's just see how well that tip is going to hold up. Well, I can feel that tip flexing. Whoa, but it didn't break. It didn't break. I can feel it. I can feel it kind of flexing in there, though. Let me see what else we got. Well, no breakage. No breakage. So that's going to be nice. Number 3 will work perfect. Good deal. So number 3 is a perfectly good setting. I got to turn my heater off, guys. I wondered why I was starting to get hot sitting over here. And I do like the fact that this pencil sharpener, guys, came with the desk mount that I showed you earlier. Because I will be able to use this thing, so I don't have to use, probably still have to use 2 hands to operate it. Fernanda, hi. Now let me pull this camera back down a little bit. Trying to just position some stuff here, guys. So it'll work with the camera okay. I think that's probably going to be pretty good right there. You can work on this this wooden box. Oh, let's see here. I want to look at the 3 main. All right, so we're going to go. Okay, so now we'll just very lightly going to touch this brown here, guys. And it looks like there's plenty of reflection on that camera. To me, I can't tell. It could just be a reflection coming off the screen on my laptop. Yeah, that's not too bad. I think that's some of the problem is where I have my laptop positioned. It's hard for me to see because I have a glare coming off my light source onto the screen of my laptop. All right, so let's just start here. I should be able to pretty well work with this. Very lightly. And this is orange sienna. And this, of course, is World of Flowers, Johanna Basford. I ordered Mythic Animals Kirby Roseanne's, but it won't be here for another couple of weeks. I'm just putting down just a light covering of kind of the highlight color, guys. Now that Mythic Animals book that I ordered, I'm not going to color in it until I get my, until I can order Prismacolors. And we're going to come back in with some darker colors for some of this too, guys. We're just getting the base down here right now. Sherry, I really do like the tips on these pencils. Yeah, I really like it. And I haven't had any crumbling from the tip either. And with my Prismacolor sharpener, every time I sharpened it, as soon as I touched the paper, the tip would start crumbling. No matter how lightly I tried to work with it, and I haven't had any crumbling so far with this one. That's good. So I'm just going to continue on putting in a little bit of the light background on this thing. And I would probably suggest, guys, that you don't follow me, that you don't do what I'm doing necessarily, because I'm just making it up as I go along here. Much easier on the hands, yes. Sorry, I spend more time looking at my coloring page than I do my laptop screen. when I'm doing the football and I'm doing the farming simulator on my PS5, I have everything positioned where I can pretty much just, I can see everything. I can't see everything here. I have to, just from where I have my laptop sitting, I have to like look up and look away. A little more difficult to stay up with chat, keep up with chat doing this. Doing my PlayStation 5 stuff, it doesn't really matter. I don't have to be looking at what I'm doing on it for the most part. I kind of do on this one. But yeah, that was much easier on my hands. And that's exactly why I was wanting one of these manual type. I just wasn't sure which one. I actually had some of the Carls on my shopping list, a couple of them. I hadn't gotten around to asking what anybody would recommend yet, but I was going to do that. So that worked out perfect. And again, guys, we're just putting a light coat. A light coat. Well, it is a light coat, but we're not painting, so a light layer of color on here. We're going to be coming back with shadow colors. This is just our highlight color. Try to make this look somehow like some wood grain. And we don't have to hit every little speck of paper on here. I am glad you mentioned that, Sherry, because I had seen in videos previously that some of those Carls have the rubber feet, the jaws inside that thing, and then some of them have metal. I had seen that. Maybe that's why I hadn't bought one yet, because, sorry guys, I had to sneeze, because I wasn't sure which was which. So yeah, I'm really grateful that you recommended this one to me, because it has everything I was wanting. Everything I was looking for in a pencil sharpener. And I didn't even know I was looking for that in a pencil sharpener. Now again, this is just you could call it like an undercoating. And really, I'm not even covering the whole paper. It's just, I'm just letting the paper pull off what it wants. It's just to put a little bit of pigment down. Now we've got some nail heads back here, so we don't want to put this wood color on top of the nail heads because those are going to be something different. So we just come around these nail heads. We don't want to cover them up because I don't want that color on the nail head. We don't want to have to go over the top of this color because we're going to be using other colors for those nails. Same thing on this end. We don't have to color all the way up. Really even touching where that nail head is. We're not looking for like total coverage right here. I mean, we want decent coverage, but it doesn't have to be every little speck of paper because we want various shades. This is wood, and wood tone has many different colors in it. And there we go. Nice little light coat. Now, actually, I think what I'm going to do, I'm actually going to take this same color and use it as a background color inside this box. Because then we're going to go put a darker color on here because this will be pretty dark back here. So we might put a gray. Put a gray in here just to darken this down a lot because we don't really want to see a lot going on inside here. These plants would have all the sunlight blocked out. So we're just giving a little bit of base shading using our highlight color in here, guys. And that kind of helps me be able to see where what part is actual background and what part is something else that I need to figure out what it belongs to, what it goes with. I've done a couple of illustrations where I wasn't real sure the background. It took me a little bit with it because It wasn't necessarily easy to figure out, is that part of a flower petal, or that's kind of why I'm doing this in here now. I'm just trying to, I could see there wasn't going to be a whole lot. So I would be able to just go ahead and throw a little color in there. Just about got it. Just about got it. And I think that actually got it. Yep. A little bit in here like this. And then we'll worry about the rest of that. Hey, Casey with the K, how are you? Let me see. I need to find me a gray, like a dark gray color. A greenish gray. I don't really know if I want green gray. I'm wanting like gray. What is this? Silver gray. All right, we can use that. Beautiful. Wow. I hope you guys can see okay. So just a little bit of color on these nail heads right here, guys. Looks like a couple of these I might have hit with that brown. No, that's okay. Now, I need like a maroon color, I think. Dark brownish red. There we go. That's what I want. Dark brownish red. Dark brownish red. Sharpen it. Okay. Should I figure you'll be done soon, Fernanda? Now, I'm just putting a little bit of this darker red right on here, guys. Just because I want it to kind of have like a little bit of a rusty look. So we put some of that dark gray down there. And then this is just a maroon. that we're putting right on top of it. Just to give the impression of a little bit of rust. I just started this page just a little while ago, Fernanda. I'm going to be buying Kirby Roseanne's Mythic Animals. Hey, that came out looking pretty good. All right. Let me see, what color are we going to do now? I think I did that color. Well, I did this color first. That was the lightest. This must be the next one. Just got to figure out what order I'm going to work on these colors, guys. Okay, good. Just throwing a little bit of color in here, guys. And this is all just shadow in here, guys, because this is all going to be really dark back in here. I'm just keeping track of what's going on as I build these colors up. Hey, Stacy. Now, see, you know what's really weird is I forgot all about changing this status on this thing to public. So I wonder why sometimes, let me see what it says this time. Well, no, see, this time it's set to public, but normally it changes that to private. Wow. Okay. Well, good. How you doing, Stacy? Now, let me see here. We're just very lightly going to come in here. We're not going to hit every spot. We're not doing every spot. We're just going to darken up some of these spaces. Hey, Jen, good morning. Jen, I believe the last time I actually chatted with you, you were taking your daughter to the doctor's office. I hope that all went okay. I ordered my new book, uh, Mythic Animals. I ordered it yesterday. I will not have it for a couple more weeks. And then I'm not going to be starting in it until I get Prismacolor pencils. I wanted to try to buy a book that Gay Kinkin may have had, but I don't think she had that one. I think she's going to have to order it also. But so I wanted to do a picture with her as well. She is my first regular chatter. Okay, good. I'm glad. I'm sorry, guys. I have to spend a little more time looking at what I'm doing here when I'm doing these coloring live streams than I do when I'm doing the PlayStation stuff. I can actually look at the screen on my laptop more when I'm doing the PlayStation. Can't do that a whole lot. With the coloring, or I would not be able to stay in the lines. Then you guys really would believe I was a beginner. Okay, I got that. I got that. Now I got to figure out which one of these is the darkest. I think that's going to be the darkest of all of them. Let me see what this one is. That one's a little bit darker. I got to try to keep things in some kind of order here, guys, or I'll get totally messed up. Now I did watch my last live stream after it was posted. It did show up in like my suggestions reel, so I watched it, or watched most of it, and I was kind of happy with the lighting. I had been not very happy with the lighting because of the way it looks on my laptop. But when I watched it on my TV, it didn't look too bad. So well, I need to see y'all's finished pages too. You got to send them to me now so I can put them on the community page. Yeah, I actually bought a new light also. I bought that light that Sherry told me about it. Actually, I bought the same one she uses. I bought a black one. But after I watched that video, I decided, well, maybe I don't really need it. So I decided to use it elsewhere. and it serves its purpose very well for what I'm using it for in that regard too. Where I have my laptop sitting on this table, it gets a glare from my light source that shows up on the screen of my laptop, and it looks like there's a big glare on this page, but there actually is not. Fernanda, you going to send me a picture? Yes, when you're done. One thing I noticed in watching that video of my live stream was I did not do a real good job of keeping everything on camera that I was working on. I don't think it'll be a problem today because I'm just working on like this small area of this crate. I probably won't do too much more than that for this stream. Is that zoomed in enough, guys? Okay, let's see. I was left a couple of comments about how intimidating that the Kirby Allison books are. And I had to agree. Someone told me they thought it would take them about a year to finish one of those illustrations. And I do kind of wonder why I agree to take on such challenges. But yeah, I had seen somebody do a flip through of one of his books before, and I was like, oh my gosh. But I would like to do one of his. Everything I've done so far has been intimidating to me, but I've been pretty happy with the way things have turned out too. Now we'll just start lightly. We're just going to throw in some dark lines and stuff here, guys, where we could follow grain lines. And then throw in a little darker color all along there. Even though we're putting in some lines, we want to put some color in there also. A little splash of color here and there. Oftentimes, these little areas will be a little bit darker. And we're just putting in still just throwing in some shade. We just don't want solid coverage because it's supposed to look like wood. And wood has various tones in it. Oh, okay. Well, it looks pretty scary to me. But like I said, everything I've colored so far looks pretty intimidating when I get started. But when I get done, I'm usually pretty happy with the result. Oh, I'm looking forward to it. My thing is, I don't have experience. So, like, when it comes to like coloring a house, and I already know which page in that book I want to color, and I've never colored stuff like that before, so I don't know what colors I need to use. That's part of the scary part because I don't want to mess up the page by putting the wrong color down. So it's always a little intimidating. But of course, in a book called Mythic Animals, you could pretty much any color you wanted to use would be okay because it's mythical. It can't really be a right or wrong way to do it. Now I'm just making this dark in here, guys. I just want it to be dark. Not necessarily black though, but dark. Not really any light getting back in here. Okay, I will follow your suggestion. I'm glad you guys have some experience with Kirby. Okay. Yeah, this is one on it's on the back side of the one we already did. It's just on the back side of that same page. It's on the back side. It's actually looking pretty good, I think. let's see. I got to go back to this one. Let's see. Thank you. I think that kind of takes care of our wooden crate right there. That's not looking too bad. It's supposed to be a little bit weathered. Okay, well, I think that probably is going to take care of it. Well, let's darken this up just a little bit. Darken up this edge right here just a little bit. Oh, okay. Now, let me see here. Oh, what pencil is this? We'll throw some of this on here too. A little bit of reddish brown here, guys. Let's give us an extra little color in here. Not a lot of it. We don't need a lot now. Pretty much finished with what we're going to be doing. Just a suggestion. Since that color had rolled underneath my arm, I thought there was supposed to be another dark color, but I didn't know where it went. Really want to let a variety of colors come through with wood because wood has many different colors in it, in the fibers. So unless you're working with a stained wood, that would all be the same. You want, even then though, there's still a variant in the shading of it, the different hues and stuff like that, simply due because there's different colors in the wood to start with. Okay, so now I'm looking for a card with some colors on it. And let me see if I can find these colors. Let's see. Let's see, 46. $46. Well, now I'm having trouble finding the color I'm looking for. There it is. And then we have 253. $253. Okay. Get all these pencils sharpened now. Okay, let's see. Oh, okay, good, cool. Now, let me see, which one of these is the reddish brown? I think we're going to put that over there with that, like that. Unless there's a different brown that I want to try to use. I haven't even swatched all these pencils yet. Should have done that. Okay, so I'm going to start with this right here. Let's, sorry about my arm there, guys. Okay, Sherry, good to see you. Thank you. Have a good day. Enjoy your breakfast. Do I need to zoom in more, guys? Maybe I need to zoom in just a little bit more. Okay, something similar to that. Maybe out just a little bit more. Yeah. Something about like that, I think. Sorry, guys. I kind of get wrapped up in what I'm doing here, and I'm not really looking at chat a lot, or not like I do when I'm doing PlayStation live streams. I want you guys to know I really appreciate you guys wanting to participate and do the same pages and stuff like that. That's really cool. Okay. Now I have noticed, having gone back and watched some of my own videos and stuff, I have realized that a lot of times I don't actually layer stuff. I'm only putting one layer, but I'm not coming back and adding more layers. So that's one thing I need to work on too, is putting down thinner layers, I guess is how you'd call it. Okay. Whoops. Okay, yeah, I will check Walmart. Well, they might have them online on Walmart. The Walmart I have, they have a few Prismacolor sets. I want to get the 150 pencil set. And right now, Blick is the same price as Amazon. I just checked yesterday. And one of the reasons why I want the Prismacolor is so that I can buy standalone pencils, open stock, off of Blick. And then one thing I noticed that I was not doing, I did not do on my last picture was use my blender. Wonder if I can sharpen that thing in here. Oh, that chiseled it down real quick. Oh my goodness. All right, well. I'll have to buy me a pencil extender. I just sharpened my pencil or my blender in that new pencil sharpener and it ate up about half of it. Yeah, our Walmart had the small sets of Prismacolor, like the 12 pencil set, but that's not what I want. All right, now let's go. Let's see, we're going to go with just a little bit of dark right here on this very edge. Not coming out from the edge of this very far at all, guys. Just enough just to put just a little bit of a dark line right there, a little bit of a shadow, suggestion of shadow. Simply because this sits on top of that row of petals underneath it. So this will give us just a little bit of a suggestion of shade under here. Okay. Very, very lightly. Okay. And then we're just going to come right in, right next to that reddish brown. We'll touch it and pull it out with this orange color. So we're just blending it out just a little bit as we're throwing this next color right on top of it and just pulling it out just a little bit. Just about like that. And then we're not going to go all the way to the edge. We're just, because these are small working spaces. So we're just covering up what we did and just letting this extend just a little bit past it, just so we get some of that color actually down onto the paper itself, not just sitting up on top of the other colors. We pull it out to where we're actually catching some of the paper. Because we want to be able to see this color in here too. We may not see a lot of this color, but we will see some of this color. Even though we have more color to put down. Okay. And then our yellow. And we're just covering the whole thing with yellow, guys, right over the top of all of it. It's not going to hurt nothing. Won't hurt a thing. Thank you, Jan. It certainly gives us a start. Whoops. I think I forgot this petal right here. I'm not seeing any yellow across the end. There we go. Now we'll just do the same thing. We're going to just start pulling out just a little bit of shadow from underneath this edge. And it doesn't have to be a lot, just enough. We'll see that little bit of a dark line right there. Thank you, Fernanda. Don't mind me when I'm talking about what I'm doing, guys, because I don't really know. I'm just talking. Hopefully giving some insight into what I'm trying to do. All right, let's see here. And again here, guys, I'm just barely touching the edge of this first darker color we put down there. And we're going to pull some of that out. and just let it mix with this new color. We don't need a lot of color because we've got 3 more colors that we're putting in here, so we don't need to pull this out very far. We just want to pull some of this color out. Kind of lightly, we could just pull it out. About like that. It's good enough. And now we're going to come around and just throw some of this color in here. And we'll extend it out just a little bit past where our other color stops. So we're moving just a little bit towards the outer edge as we're building up colors. Now we still have 2 more colors to get in here, guys. Well, thank you, Jen. Now we want to leave just a little bit of white on the outside edge right there. We got that yellow still has to go in here. Just push everything out slightly. Now we're taking this orange, this lighter orange, all the way back, covering up all the dark. That way it's just building color on top of color. And we'll make sure we get real good coverage and we get a little bit of each of those colors onto the paper. That's going to be pretty good like that. And then we'll take the yellow, and this just kind of really brings it all together. We throw that yellow right on top, and then blend these oranges down into it. Finishes that out very nicely. Now, I think maybe This is another little petal coming out right here. So let's make sure I get that one. Now let me get that blender back out. Very lightly with the blender. Not too bad. Now let me see if there's any others that have that same flower. Not really, that one's different. Well, let me see. We've got, what kind of greens do we have? Let's see. Let's see here. Okay, so I'm just picking out some stuff for some leaves here, guys. We got forest green, and then I'm going to use, let me see. And we have apple green, we have forest green, we have apple green. Maybe I want to try to find something that's in the middle. I'm not sure what that would be. Let's swatch these so I can see what I've got here. I'm just going to okay. Now I need like a color to go in between those two right there. So what might that be? Apple green and forest green. Forest green. 36. Let me see what this is. It's a little bit brighter. I don't think that'll work. I don't think that one's going to work. What is this? Oh, that looks nice with that too. Does that look good with the apple? I think we can make that work. So we got 3 greens here. For our leaves. So let's look at these leaves. Now, how do I want to do these leaves? Let's say we want to go. Thank you, Fernanda. Now, let's see here. I'm not real sure. Actually, well, we'll do it this way. Well, thank you, Jen. Oh, let's see. We have another one of these leaves back here, but I'm trying to figure out. It's hard to tell. I think it actually is supposed to come down this way. I like them too. The thing of it is, I don't keep track of the colors I use for things. And then when I go back and I want to reproduce the same thing, I got to figure it all out again. And I bought 3x5 cards. I bought white ones and black ones to do my swatching on so I could write greens and then do my swatching so I know what colors to use. But one thing I found out is the numbers, they don't stay on the pencils very long. They rub off, and then you don't know what color it is anyway. Or at least on mine they did. Now this is part of a leaf back here, so I'm just going to put a little bit of this dark color in here too. So even like the browns that I used for this box, I need to swatch all those and write it down. So I don't have to keep figuring it out. I already have it wrote down. Like for wood, I'll just write it down as like a wood box or something like that. Because we did just did those shelves in the Zen garden, so I had browns. I just didn't keep track of which ones I used to do that thing. So then here I am, I'm having to redo it. I need to finish swatching all these pencils. I just never have done it. Now, let me see. Now let's look right here. Let's do something we wouldn't normally do, but let's throw in a little bit of this dark brown color right here. It's actually called reddish brown. We're just going to put it right here on the edge right here. And I don't know if we'll get the look that I'm hoping for, but maybe that will give us a little bit of a look. Because we know that sometimes a caterpillar just might eat the edge of that leaf right there, and we get a little dead spot on our leaf. And I've been wanting to do one like that just to see how it works out. That looks pretty cool, actually. Thank you. Yeah, I like this. Now, I don't know if you guys can see that little spot that I just put on that leaf. Let's zoom in a little bit on it. I put a little bit of a spot in here that looks like maybe some kind of little caterpillar or something's been eating on it. I've been wanting to do that on some of my leaves, but I'm just now getting around to doing that. That looks pretty cool, but that's how we'd see it in nature. We'll give ourselves a little bit of a stem on here. Oops. I forgot to zoom back out so you could see that little part. I didn't do much though. I just did the stalk right there, guys. You didn't miss much. I don't see any more plants that match that one. No more flowers that look exactly like that one. So I do believe those are the only ones. Yep, I don't see any more leaves of that style. Sorry guys, I put my arm in front of the light right there, in front of that light source. I'm going to do it again. The camera stand that I have that I use is like the phone stand. It's so stiff It takes two hands to actually work it. You can't just lift it up and down with one hand, just tip the whole base over. That's very good right there, guys. That looks pretty good. I actually like that. Wow, nice. So that's going to wrap it up for today, guys, or at least for this live stream. I might get back on here later. I need to go down and pay my rent and stuff like that. Get that stuff taken care of. So both of you guys going to be doing this page? Or Jen, is that going to be you and Sherry? Who else is going to do this page? Are you going to be doing this page, Jen? You said you were going to do this page? Oh, okay. I thought two of you had said that you were going to do it, but I just wanted to check. Okay. Have a great day, Sherry, Fernanda. Have a good day. I might be back on here later. You'll just have to look for me. Fix this little spot right here a little bit. Just needed a little bit of extra right there. All right. Okay, guys, I will catch you in the next live stream. Y'all have a great day. Until next time, guys, God bless you.